Hi, this is Mrs. Wishes, and today I am going to go through the steps of how I make a savings challenge on Canva. So you have to go to the Canva website. I do have the paid for pro version of Canva. So I think if you're going to be making savings challenges and you want them to have better quality and better graphics, it's best if you go ahead and pay I think it's like $13 a month for the full. You get full access to the site, and it's a very good site. So first, when you log in, let's try to just go to the Canva. Okay, so you'll find Canva, and when you first log in, you'll see here and this page. And what I normally do is just go to create a design, or you can go to custom sizes. And after you have been using the app for a while, you will get sizes that stay in the system. So you will see that there are current sizes in here. So I'm just going to choose from my 8x11. That's the one that I use most of the time. And it will give you a blank screen to work with, or a blank page. And what I normally do, so for an A6 savings challenge, you will have to make it. I'll go to elements. If you can look, let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. So you'll go to elements and you choose elements. Then you will choose the shapes, and it'll be a square. And what you want to do, so when you drag it up to the corner here, it will tell you the size of the shape. So let's go down. You'll see it says, let me zoom in a bit. So on this shape, it currently has, let's see, it currently has it at 2.4 wide. I usually go to a 2.9, which is the width, and then the length for an A6 would be, let's see, I think it is, what is it? Okay, 5.9. So that's what usually is the width is 2.9, sorry. And the height, because I have it turned sideways, is 5.9. So 2.9, 5.9. And then you can always change the color of the inside, which I do always go to the color at the top up here. Zoom back out. So you go to the color, and then once you choose the color, it will give you a version, and I usually say no color. And then if you do that, you want to have a border so you'll know where the square begins and ends. So you will put in a border, and I usually put in a thin border between 1 and 3. So inside, so we'll have that. And then you want to go to, I usually put something cute as a background. So I always go to elements, and let's see, let's put something, let's go to my recently used, and I have leaves and honeycombs. So let's say we want to do this one as a, let's see, what do we want to use? All right, let's just go with the honeycombs. And this is a pro version. So if it's a pro version, it will have the little crown next to the symbol. You'll see the little crown. And if it's not pro, this one, you won't have it. And those are the free ones. So you can use that. So let's try to use a free one, just in case you don't have the pro version. We are going to choose the books, and you want to bring that over to the page, and you want to slide. Let's open our page a little bit more so we can actually see what we're doing. And you want to bring this over, and this is just a basic. We could say this is back to school, so we'll put, and you can size the book smaller, larger. You could put them, I usually put them below 1 inch wide, so this is like a half of an inch wide. So we'll do that. And if you want to duplicate it, you just hit the dupe and you can line them up. It shows you the little lines, and once you hit one, it'll keep going. Now you see that this is kind of off on the center. When you're trying to line something up on the internal portion of so when you're working with a project and you begin it, anything so there's levels or layers, I should say. So the bottom layer would be the first square, and now you have a second layer of the books. So if you want to work on the second layer, the first layer will be involved. So what I usually do is just move the first layer over if I want to work on the second layer, and I will just highlight all of these. You click Control and highlight the books, and then it'll offer you to group them all together. So we hit the word group, and now you can just make groups and line them up and down the challenge, and then you can color these in, and you move your square back over here, and you can adjust these as you like move them over, make them even. That's all up to you. If you want to put a text box, you come over here and you hit the word text. So you'll hit the text and it'll have add a text box. And once you do that, you'll see that at the bottom of the screen, or the bottom of your item right here, it has a text box. If you hover over this arrow, you can move your text box, and then up here you just line it up, and then you can type in the text box. We'll put this as back to school, back to school, and you can change the size of the text here. So we'll make it a little bit larger, and as you click it, your text will get larger. And then you can make the if you go here, you'll see that there's colors for the books. You can change the colors of the books, and it asks you if you want to change them all or if you want to just change the one. So I'll just, when I hit all, it changes all of the whole entire area of the challenge to the whole entire area of the project goes to one color. And if you ever make a mistake and you want to go out of it, there's an arrow up here at the top that says undo, and you can undo. Let's just make this book go back to black, so because we want these to be colored in. And you can also put on here, now you can change the font to whatever you want the font to be. In the actual challenge, you can change the font here. You can change the size, you can change the color of the font. And then if you want to add another text box, you just hit the text box and it'll duplicate it. And you can put in here how much each book is worth. So you need to, you need to click in this box so that you can change what was written in here. And they'll be $5, you can say $5 each. Let's go back. Sorry. Let's get our text box. In here, and you can why is it not highlighting? Okay, there we go. So you can type in 5 each, and then you can say that's one challenge, and that's an easy challenge. I mean, you can put elements in the background, so you can come over here and you can go back to the elements, and in this box you could put school bus, and it'll bring up school buses, different school buses. And on here they have different buses you can choose from, and some are pro and some are free. So if you don't have the pro function, you can hit see all right here, and it will give you a bunch of buses you can choose from. This is a free bus, so you can move that to your challenge, and that'll make it cute. So what you can do is size it to fit in your challenge, and you can go up here to the fade out or transparency button at the top, and you can lower the transparency of the bus, and it'll fade it into the back of the challenge. And you can always, this turn here, you can turn the bus and make it fit the entire challenge, and that way you'll have a school bus in the background of the books. So I mean, that's one of the ways. You can just use your imagination. So if you take this information and go and try it out, even if you're not using these for a shop, you can always just print these out. And how to print them out is you go up here to the share button. You want to move down here to download. You hit the download, and then you want to make sure that you choose it as a PDF print. And it will ask you, and you hit the download button, and it will download everything that's on the page, or you can download certain pages. And when you open the file, it'll have it here to where you can print this out. So what we want to do is go over to the print button, and then you just hit your print. And sometimes you have to play with it because it won't print properly depending on which printer you have. I have an HP Envy 6400 series, and I'll hit the print, and I will show you what it looks like once it has printed. Okay, so this is how it printed out. You have your school bus, you have your books. You can make the books $5 each, so that would be 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll be a $20 challenge. Low income. You can cut this out. I have a cutter, but you can cut it out with scissors. I mean, you probably would print more than just the one on the page, but this is just an example of how easy it is to make your own savings challenge. It took me less than 7 minutes to make that one challenge, and you get better at it as you go along. So here's your savings challenge, and it fits in the envelopes, the A6 envelopes, and you would just color your book and put your $5 and put it in the envelope. Thank you guys for watching today. Keep up with me for the next 12 days of Vlogmas. And you guys, happy holidays. I'll see you seeing me when I see you. Holla.